Ground your day in gratitude. Gratitude is built through consistent practice. You might wonder, what does gratitude truly shift? It doesn't alter the world, but it transforms how you engage with it. A grateful mind grumbles less when betrayed, frets less when plans collapse, and stays focused by valuing what's essential over the trivial. Each day is a fresh chance to live fully, isn't it? Prayer isn't about pleading, it's about setting your mindset before the day begins. Gratitude is the most powerful lens a Stoic can adopt, quiet, unshakable. Like a silent acknowledgement to existence. I see it, I embrace it. With that, you rise from bed, no longer a shadow of yourself. Once you have a purpose to live for, the next step is to prevent past burdens, yesterday's worries, unhealed scars, mental baggage from steering your life. That's where the second practice comes in. Prayer as a ritual to clear your mind. Not just to begin with gratitude, but to start with a mind unburdened and free. Lesson 2. Prayer is mental renewal. People tidy their homes each morning, but how? Many clean their minds. It's not laziness, it's forgetfulness. Your mind wakes cluttered, fragments of dreams, lingering frustrations from yesterday, vague anxieties about today. Without clearing this chaos, you carry it all day. For a Stoic, prayer isn't worship, it's mental clarity, like opening a window to let stale air escape. Someone once asked, if I don't believe in a deity, should I pray? A fair question, as prayer isn't about who you address, but about awareness, realizing you are not your thoughts. You can observe, sift, and discard what doesn't serve reason. This isn't a luxury for spare time, it's essential at dawn. Mornings leave you vulnerable, unfocused, half awake. One harsh message or stray thought can derail your mood. Epictetus said, "No one is free who isn't master of themselves." An unguarded mind is like an open field, easily trampled. Prayer builds the first barrier, not to block harm, but to preserve what's valuable. Picture yourself as a gardener. Each morning, you prune your mental landscape. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and ask, what am I clinging to that isn't mine? Perhaps a slight that stung, guilt from a mistake, or a failure tempting you to quit. Write them down, confront them, release them, not to avoid but to refuse their control. The noisier the world, the more you need silence. The busier you are, the less you should rush into the day. Prayer seeks peace, not to flee conflict, but to face it without losing yourself. Philippians 4:7 speaks of the peace of God, which transcends understanding, guarding your hearts and minds. Peace isn't problem, it's the strength to endure them. In our tech-driven age, we crave this ancient pause, no notifications, just you and silence. Billionaire Ray Dalio meditates daily to reset his mind, a secular prayer grounding him against market chaos. To live like a Stoic, don't overhaul your life, frame your morning. Before emails or news, pause, breathe, ask, am I carrying what shouldn't steer me today? Write, reflect, or sit still to let it go. This is prayer, practical, rooted, powerful. A clear mind lets fewer things rattle you, fewer people drain you, because you've started as master, not victim. Yet clarity needs grounding, humility lest ego disrupts your peace. That's the next lesson. Lesson 3. Prayer as a humble anchor. There's quiet strength in those who rise early, without haste, pausing to breathe, not to chase positivity, but to embrace a simple truth. Today may not go well, and that's okay. Stoicism doesn't teach emotional mastery first, it begins with accepting your limits. Prayer here isn't divine dialogue but deliberate silence, affirming that much of life, others' actions, the world's chaos, weather, love, death lies beyond your control. You don't pray to bend outcomes but to release entitlement to them. Humility grows from admitting you can do everything right and still fail. The question isn't why me, but who will I be when it happens? Modern life pushes us to control data, people, results, but Stoics prepare, not dominate. They see themselves as part of a vast system, not its center, gaining clarity, not insignificance. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept without pride, release without clinging." This is the mindset of one who knows their place in the universe. A surgeon breathes before a procedure, respecting the line between skill and fate. A climber pauses before a drop, honoring gravity. Humility maps your limits without rebellion. If a relationship failed, a project flopped, or rain ruined your plans, you forgot. You don't control life, only your response. Prayer is pausing to face the unchangeable and saying, "I accept, I'll adapt." Try this. Each morning, before speaking, name 3 things beyond your control: traffic, others, moods, outcomes. Whisper them, exhale, then ask, "What must I keep steady today?" Perhaps your patience, compassion, or restraint? This trains you to live without complaint or illusion. History's greats, like Nelson Mandela, preserving dignity through prison, or Viktor Frankl, finding meaning amid suffering, prayed in their way, acknowledging, "I'm small, but my choices are mine." Why force the world to fit your mold? Start by saying, "I'll enter today without bending it to my will, I'll stay true." This simple prayer builds resilience. The next step is commitment, turning awareness into action. Lesson 4. Prayer is a pledge to self. Mornings offer a rare moment when the world moves slower than you. Dualisms, silent, light, soft, noise waiting. It's your chance to meet yourself, unmasked, and ask, "How will I live today?" While others dive into texts or coffee, a Stoic begins with a quiet vow. "I won't let anger rule. Emotions drive or betray my values, even unseen." Simple, yet it demands discipline. How often have you felt let down by yourself, not from big errors, but small moments when you snapped or reacted impulsively? Those lapses stem from an ungrounded mind at day's start. Stoics don't stumble into life, they prepare, setting a mental boundary through prayer, not to request, but to realign. "This is who I'll be, no matter what." This vow guides you through chaos, letting principles act when challenges arise. Why pray when you can just try to do right? Knowing and doing different. Knowing you should exercise doesn't mean you will without a plan. Prayer schedules your integrity, turning virtues like patience into deliberate acts. It takes 1 minute to declare, "Mediocrity isn't an option today." You'll fail some days, lose temper, stray from your vow, but that's its power. It reveals drift, calling you back. Try this. Write on a note by your mirror, "Today, I'll be someone I trust." Read it while dressing. Repeat it quietly. After 90 days, it's in your core, guiding you before you falter. This isn't ordinary prayer, it's self-training through intention. Stoicism isn't for dreamers, but for those seeking structure in chaos. Comment: my morning vow is insert vow. The next lesson grounds this further. Lesson 5. Prayer with memento. Nothing sharpens focus like knowing today might be your last. If you woke with that truth, mornings wouldn't feel mundane but urgent, a chance not guaranteed. In Stoicism, prayer isn't religious. It's a realignment with life's fleeting nature, whispering, "If this were my final day, would I live it awake or drift?" Death isn't a taboo topic, but a companion, not to scare, but to clarify. Time is finite. Seneca wrote, "We don't have too little time, we waste too much." No explanation needed. It's a mere 2 hours lost on mindless scrolling, petty disputes, or stewing over slights. Busyness isn't intentional living. Prayer faces death to cut through false urgency. Dwight Eisenhower distinguished urgent from important. Many urgent tasks are meaningless, while vital ones go undone. If you had days left, what would matter? What social duties would fade? Picture a quiet morning, loved ones asleep, your routine familiar, but you're different, choosing to live as if time's borrowed. Prayer sorts essence from excess, freeing you not by denying death, but by embracing it. The question isn't when you'll die, but how many empty mornings you'll repeat. Pause before checking your phone. Breathe. Ask, if this were my last day, how would I live without regret? No journal needed, just honesty. Maybe you'll skip a pointless argument, thank someone overlooked, or revisit a neglected project. This is Stoic prayer, living fully, because time isn't promised. The next lesson builds on this courage. Lesson 6. Pray for resilience, not comfort. Most start their day wishing for ease, calm weather, smooth work, kind colleagues, no delays. That's not prayer, it's dependence. Stoics don't beg fate for gentleness, but ask themselves for strength to endure, knowing it's not events that ruin days, but reactions. Marcus Aurelius said, obstacles don't block action, they advance it. Challenges are the path, not the problem. Angela Duckworth's research on grit shows resilience, not talent, predicts success. At West Point, gritty cadets outlasted smarter or stronger ones through discipline, not wishing for ease. You don't pray to avoid hardship, but to embrace it, like an athlete values resistance for growth. Romans 5:3-4 echoes, we rejoice in sufferings, knowing they produce endurance, character, hope. Suffering forges strength, not defeat. Practice silently each morning. Instead of make today easy, ask, how will I stay true when it's not? Vow, if insulted, I'll keep my dignity. If plans fail, I'll stay patient. If alone, I'll stand firm. This builds a mind that needs no external comfort or fortress. True strength isn't stubbornness or denying pain, it's staying kind amid betrayal. After storms. You can't control life's turbulence, but you choose your armor. Courage and grit let you face an unchanged world as a changed self. The final lesson shows how to embody your best self daily. Lesson 7. Become your truest self. Each morning, no morning is trivial if you make it the moment to redefine yourself. Stoic greatness isn't wealth or fame, but self-governance. At dawn, your mind is untouched by chaos, a chance to shape your day. Prayer isn't a plea upward, but a challenge to your weaker self. Most wake to notifications or tasks, rousing their bodies but not their minds, reacting all day without direction. A Stoic pauses, looks inward, and asks, do I dare live better than yesterday? In a noisy world, prayer is your control center, rewiring thoughts, reshaping identity. Rebirth happens in silence, not chaos. Someone at 5 a.m. whispering, I won't let circumstances define me, claims their power. Benjamin Franklin asked daily, what good will I do today? That simple question transformed a printer into a legend. Each morning, dismantle old habits like a watchmaker, aligning intentions and choices. Try 3 steps. Ask, what virtue will I embody today's? Patience, honesty. Choose one action, like staying calm in conflict. Midday, check, am I still aligned? This prevents sliding back. People plan work, but not who they'll be, then wonder why life stagnates. Tomorrow, pause before the world stirs. Stand still, ask, who will I be today? Your actions answer. After months, you won't just have better days, you'll rebuild your core. Stoic prayer is claiming your story's lead role through small, intentional choices. Conclusion: this journey's end is a new beginning. Waking not to rush or noise, but to yourself, if only for a quiet moment. These 7 Stoic prayers don't beg for ease, but build strength to face life, gratitude to start grounded, mental cleansing for clarity, humility to accept limits, commitment to live intentionally, memento mori to value time, resilience to embrace challenges, and daily rebirth to become your best. Prayer is saying thank you for being alive, clearing yesterday's clutter, staying humble, intentional, and awake to life's brevity. You don't need a gentler world, just a moment to recall who you are. That's Stoic prayer. Simple, potent, real, a choice to live with clarity. If this stirred you, Like the video to mark your resolve to walk this path one steady morning at a time. Subscribe, comment. My morning prayer is insert prayer. We'll meet again to face life with courage and calm.